In the last lecture, we looked at 5G launches. In this one, we will look at 5G use cases. Please note that many of these use cases are dependent on standalone 5G with 5G core. Some of these could be deployed today but will perform even better when the standalone 5G arrives. We have looked at the IMT 2020 or 5G requirements triangle. There are three main areas of focus as we have discussed before. I am putting some colored circle around them so we can see what use cases fits where. Augmented reality is where many of the operators are focusing. In augmented reality, virtual information and objects are overlaid on the real world. This experience enhances the real world with digital images, text, and animation. The South Korean operator LG U+, for example, has a AR dance-off app where you can dance with a well-known celebrity and show off your skills. Virtual reality, where users are required to put a headset or a head-mounted display, is another area of focus. This example from the Japanese operator NTT Docomo, for example, shows that after putting the VR headset, you will feel like you are present in the virtual world. For the sake of completion, I have put mixed reality or MR here. MR is a combination of AR and VR. The main issue with MR today is that glasses like these are not available. So we will have to wait a few years until they become available. The umbrella term for AR, VR and MR is extended reality. Games, especially AR games, is another big area of focus where high-speed 5G connectivity can play a big role. Now, this particular example from Niantic, the company that bought Pokemon Go, is a good one where users are shooting each others. There are many other use cases for monitoring and surveillance as high-speed 5G connections with low latency makes it easier to control drones, robots, and the security command center can see HD video and images. Fixed wireless access or FWA is an important area and it would be useful to understand how FWA works. So FWA is basically having a Wi-Fi router in the house like most of you already have today. But instead of a fiber or a cable connecting it to the internet, you use mobile technology. If you want a good high-speed reception, then you need to connect an external antenna. So you connect an external antenna outdoors. From the antenna, you connect the antenna cable to the CPE and Wi-Fi router. In some cases, they are a single unit, but in other cases, they are separate. Then, when you switch on the CPE, you can receive signal from the mobile mast. And the router will create a Wi-Fi bubble in your house or office. So this is a real example of fixed wireless from Orange Romania. Here they are using a CPE from Samsung and a Cisco Meraki router, as you can see here. In-vehicle infotainment is another big area of focus with 5G. The cars in future will have inbuilt 5G modem and antennas in the roof or on the sides. This will allow high-speed connectivity in the cars that everyone can use. The same concept would apply to public transport buses and trains. 5G connected stadiums is another big area of focus. If you are a sports fan, then you can be on the ground or on the side where you can see things from player's point of view or from referee point of view. This appeals to a lot of sports fans and they would be willing to pay a premium for this service. Private and industrial networks, connected factories, etc. can all finally become wireless with high-speed secure 5G connection that can cater for a large number of devices in a small area. V2X is another area where vehicles can have intelligence in them and then based on this intelligence they can communicate with their surroundings. V2V for example means vehicle to vehicle connectivity to ensure there are no accidents and information can be relayed quickly to other vehicles in their surroundings. Vehicle to pedestrian would ensure there are no accidents with people. Vehicle to infrastructure can ensure the lowest possible time stuck in traffic lights, etc. V2X sounds simple, but it would require complete change in the way cars run and the city infrastructure, etc. This will take a while to become reality because the cities will take a while to become smart. With autonomous or self-driving vehicles, platooning will allow vehicles to autonomously follow the one in front. So the first vehicle would have a driver, but the vehicles behind don't need one as they are just following the vehicle in the front. 5G is the most promising enabler of truck platooning. So here is the summary of the 5G use cases. As discussed, there are many use cases we have in mind for 5G today. Some of them may be exaggerated, especially like remote surgery, and some would not be possible with 5G at all. Some others are yet to be invented. The possibilities are endless. So this was a short session and a summary of 5G use cases. This was the last topic for this training. In the next lecture, we will look at the course summary and conclusion.